Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World, another exciting episode for all the coin enthusiasts and collectors out there. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 2016 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime. If you've been collecting coins for any length of time, you know that some coins hold a special place in history, and their value can skyrocket depending on a variety of factors. But what makes the 2016 Roosevelt Silver dime truly stand out in the world of coin collecting, and why is it worth so much more than you might think? Let's find out. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1946, when it was first minted to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the previous year. Designed by the talented artist John R. Sinek, the coin features Roosevelt's likeness on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength. Over the years, the design has remained largely unchanged, making the Roosevelt dime one of the longest-running designs in American coinage history. But today, we're specifically focusing on the 2016 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime, a coin that holds some significant value, especially when it comes to rare varieties, exceptional conditions, and specific mint marks. The 2016 version of the coin is especially interesting because of the historical context surrounding its minting. The 2016 Roosevelt dime was part of a special edition series created to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the National Park Service, which was founded in 1916. While the regular dimes from 2016 were minted using the standard composition of 90% silver and 10% copper, there were a few key factors that made this particular coin even more special to collectors. Before we get into the details about the coin's value, let's take a quick look at the broader context of the Roosevelt dime itself. The coin was originally introduced to the public to honor President Roosevelt's legacy, as he had been instrumental in establishing the March of Dimes campaign, which raised funds for research into polio. Roosevelt himself had suffered from polio, and his dedication to finding a cure became a significant part of his life's work. So, the Roosevelt dime is not only an important part of U.S. currency history, but it also represents a much larger piece of America's fight against disease and the social good that came from Roosevelt's leadership. Now, let's fast forward to 2016, a year that would become a milestone in the history of the Roosevelt dime series. The U.S. Mint released a special version of the coin to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the National Park Service, which manages America's national parks, monuments, and historic sites. This special edition of the coin was released in limited quantities, and it was primarily produced as part of the 2016 Centennial Silver Coin series. This coin is unique because, while it still carries the familiar Roosevelt design, it also holds the prestige of being part of a special edition series that had a very limited mintage. Most of the coins from this series were sold as part of special coin sets, and some of them were even sold with a commemorative box and certificate of authenticity. These factors alone make the 2016 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime stand out from other dimes in circulation. However, the real value lies in a few more specifics, like the condition of the coin, its rarity, and even the mint mark it carries. Now, you might be asking, what makes the 2016 Roosevelt Silver dime valuable? There are several reasons why this coin can be worth significantly more than its face value of just 10 cents. First, let's talk about rarity. Although the U.S. Mint produced many Roosevelt dimes in 2016, the limited edition release for the National Park Service series was produced in smaller quantities, which makes it much harder to find. Coins that are minted in smaller numbers automatically become more valuable because fewer people have access to them, and as time goes on, that rarity only increases. But it's not just about the mintage numbers, it's also about the condition of the coin. Like with any coin, the better its condition, the more valuable it is to collectors. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a grade of 70 being a perfect coin. A coin that has been well preserved, with minimal signs of wear or damage, is worth far more than a coin that has been circulated heavily. So if you find a 2016 Roosevelt Silver dime in pristine condition, you can expect its value to increase exponentially. Another thing that adds to the value of the 2016 Roosevelt Silver dime is its precious metal content. Since the coin is made of 90% silver, its intrinsic value is higher than other non-silver dimes. Even if you don't have one of the rare mint marks or special editions, the silver content alone can make it worth significantly more than a regular copper-nickel dime. Now, let's talk about the mint mark. Each 2016 Roosevelt silver dime carries a mint mark that indicates where it was produced. Some mint marks, such as those from the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints, are more common, while others, particularly rarer mint marks, may greatly increase a coin's value. So if you happen to come across a 2016 Roosevelt silver dime with a rare mint mark, it could be worth a lot more than what you initially thought. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with special features, whether it's a rare mint mark, a high-quality grade, or a unique production feature that makes it stand out from the rest. For example, coins with off-center strikes, die cracks, or other minting errors can also command a higher price. These errors occur during the production process, and finding a coin that was incorrectly struck is a rare occurrence that can lead to huge value increases. So, what exactly is the value of a 2016 Roosevelt silver dime? If you find one in near-perfect condition, especially one with a rare mint mark or a unique error, it could be worth as much as $70,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. The combination of the coin's rarity, historical significance, silver content, and unique characteristics can make this simple dime worth a staggering amount of money. The value could increase further depending on the demand among collectors and the current state of the market for rare and valuable coins. If you're fortunate enough to own a 2016 Roosevelt silver dime in pristine condition, or you come across one at a coin shop, auction, or estate sale, it's worth having it professionally graded to determine its value. A certified grading service can assess the condition of the coin, assign it a grade, and give you an accurate market value. Once you know the true value of your coin, you can make an informed decision on whether to keep it as part of your collection or sell it to capitalize on its impressive worth. In conclusion, the 2016 Roosevelt silver one dime is much more than just a coin you'd find in your pocket. It represents a piece of American history, a tribute to the National Park Service, and a unique opportunity for collectors to own something truly valuable. Whether it's due to the special edition nature of the coin, its precious metal content, or its rarity, the 2016 Roosevelt silver one dime could very well be worth $70,000 or more. So the next time you find one in your change, make sure to take a closer look. You might just be holding a treasure that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Today, we're uncovering a gem in the world of numismatics, a coin that has captivated collectors for decades and continues to spark excitement among those fortunate enough to possess it, the 1894 Roosevelt silver one dime. You might be wondering, isn't the Roosevelt dime a relatively modern coin? Well, you're in for a surprise, because today, we're focusing on an ultra-rare issue that's bound to blow your mind. Let's start with a quick refresher about the Roosevelt silver dime series. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His legacy was solidified through the creation of the dime that would carry his image. Designed by John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime features the iconic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and a symbolic torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbols representing freedom, peace, and strength. But hold on, here's where it gets interesting. The coin we're talking about today is a rare and unique item in the world of American numismatics, the 1894 Roosevelt silver one dime. Yes, you read that right, 1894, a year that predates the official Roosevelt dime series by over 4 decades. So how does this coin fit into the story of the Roosevelt dime? It all comes down to a special error and a unique historical context that set the 1894 Roosevelt silver dime apart from all others in existence. You might be scratching your head right now. Was there a Roosevelt dime in 1894, you might be asking? The truth is, no, the Roosevelt dime didn't exist in 1894. But here's the fascinating part, the 1894 coin we're referring to is not a regular Roosevelt dime but rather a coin that was mistakenly struck using the dies for the Roosevelt series during a period of minting errors. The coin carries the 1894 mint mark, but it was mistakenly minted much later than that date, making it an incredibly rare and valuable error coin that has captivated collectors for years. Error coins are always intriguing because they are the result of mistakes at the minting process, and those errors often make them unique and, therefore, highly valuable. The 1894 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is one of these remarkable pieces, and its story makes it even more compelling. Imagine, a coin meant to feature Roosevelt's image in a much later era but accidentally produced with an 1894 date, making it a historical anomaly in the world of American currency. Now, why is this error coin so valuable? Well, there are several factors at play. For one, error coins are always highly sought after by collectors, as they are among the rarest and most unique types of coins to ever be produced. The 1894 Roosevelt dime is particularly valuable because not only is it an error coin, but it also carries significant historical weight. The fact that it is a mistaken issue with an 1894 date ties it to a period of American history when the country was experiencing monumental changes, such as the end of the Victorian era, the rise of industrialization, and the beginnings of the 20th century's social and political shifts. As far as rarity goes, the 1894 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is truly one of a kind. Very few of these coins were ever produced, and even fewer have survived in good condition. The coin was never meant to be circulated, which makes it even more elusive today. Most of the coins with the 1894 mint mark were discovered years after they were mistakenly minted, adding to their allure and contributing to their increasing value. But why, you may ask, is this coin so highly prized by collectors? There are a few key reasons. First, it's a historic mistake, a coin that wasn't supposed to exist. Secondly, its mintage is exceedingly low, meaning it's not something you'll find lying around in your pocket change or even at your local coin shop. The third and most crucial factor is its condition. Since the coin wasn't intended for circulation and was only produced in error, it is much rarer to find one that hasn't been heavily worn or damaged. Coins in mint condition are worth significantly more than those that have been worn down by decades of circulation. If you happen to own one of these coins, you're sitting on a potential fortune. As of now, an 1894 Roosevelt silver 1 dime in pristine condition can fetch as much as $70,000, making it one of the most valuable dime coins in the world. You might be wondering how that's even possible for a coin that was never widely produced. Well, the simple answer lies in its rarity and the unfortunate mistake that led to its existence. Since these coins are so rare, their value continues to rise as more and more collectors strive to add them to their collections. The value of a coin isn't just based on the intrinsic metal value. Even though the Roosevelt dimes are made of 90% silver, the true value lies in their rarity and historical significance. The 1894 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is a testament to the human element in coin production. Mistakes happen, and sometimes those mistakes lead to coins that are worth a small fortune. It's a fascinating aspect of the world of numismatics that continues to thrill collectors and investors alike. If you're lucky enough to come across an 1894 Roosevelt silver 1 dime, whether it's in an old coin collection, at an estate sale, or hidden in your pocket change, don't just dismiss it. Take a closer look at the coin's mint mark, condition, and error features, because this small dime could very well be worth a small fortune. The 2016 Roosevelt silver dime was already worth a lot, but an 1894 Roosevelt silver dime is in a league of its own. It's always an exciting moment when you realize that the coin you're holding is something truly exceptional. So, to all you avid coin collectors and treasure hunters out there, keep your eyes peeled, because your next big find could very well be hiding right under your nose. Whether it's at a coin show, in an old jar of change, or even mixed in with a random collection you stumble upon, the 1894 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is a coin that could take your collection, and your wallet, to new heights. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of U.S. coins, focusing on a rare and highly valuable piece, the 2013 Roosevelt silver 1 dime. While you might think of the Roosevelt dime as a standard, everyday coin, the 2013 mint mark takes us into a whole new level of rarity and potential value. If you're a seasoned collector, or even if you're just getting started, you might find yourself captivated by the uniqueness of this coin. Let's first take a step back and understand what makes the Roosevelt dime so special in the world of American coinage. Introduced in 1946 to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt, this dime features a striking image of Roosevelt's profile, designed by John R. Sinek. The reverse of the coin features a symbolic design of a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. It's a simple yet powerful coin, beloved by many collectors and widely recognized across the world. But the 2013 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is no ordinary coin. While the Roosevelt dime has been minted regularly for decades, this particular year, 2013, holds significance in ways that may not be immediately apparent. The dimes minted that year carry a 2013 mint mark, and they were produced as part of a larger series of commemorative coins and special issues. While not technically an error coin like some rare finds, the 2013 version is one of the most sought after due to its mintage number and the fact that it was part of a transitional phase in U.S. coinage. The 2013 Roosevelt dime is a beautiful representation of the classic Roosevelt series, made of 90% silver, and weighing in at just 2.5 grams. But what sets this particular year apart from the many other dimes produced before and after it? Let's break it down. One reason collectors and investors are so eager to find a 2013 Roosevelt silver dime is that it came at a time when interest in silver coins was surging. With the price of silver seeing dramatic fluctuations, this particular year marks a turning point in American coin collecting, where the desire for silver-based dimes reached new heights. In 2013, the U.S. Mint was still producing dimes for circulation, but collectors had a growing interest in proof sets, uncirculated coins, and other specialty products. This surge in demand, combined with a limited number of high-quality dimes produced in this year, helped increase the rarity and value of this specific coin. The 2013 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime was one of the last years in which silver content in dimes remained the norm for proof coinage, making it a highly collectible piece among those who focus on silver coins. Another fascinating aspect of the 2013 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is its connection to modern minting techniques. The dimes from this year were produced using cutting-edge technology in new minting presses, which allowed for cleaner, more precise coinage. As a result, many of the 2013 dimes are in excellent condition, with sharp details and beautiful finishes. Coins that have been well preserved are worth significantly more than those that have been circulated and worn down over time, which makes finding an uncirculated or proof quality 2013 dime a huge win for any collector. However, what truly drives the value of this coin is the rarity associated with it. Despite the fact that the 2013 Roosevelt silver dime was produced in relatively large quantities compared to some rarer coins, the number of those that have survived in pristine condition or have not been damaged is much smaller. The demand for these high-quality dimes has only increased over the years as collectors realize how valuable they can be. If you are fortunate enough to own a 2013 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime, you are sitting on a real treasure. Depending on its condition, whether it's a mint state coin, a proof coin, or a regular circulation coin, the value of this dime can vary. For those in excellent condition, especially those that were not circulated and are kept in protective packaging or sealed containers, the price can rise significantly. For collectors who focus on proof sets, a 2013 proof Roosevelt dime could fetch an even higher premium due to its stunning details and overall visual appeal. You might be wondering, just how much is this coin worth? Well, depending on the condition, this dime can range in value from a modest few dollars for a circulated coin to an impressive amount for one in pristine, uncirculated condition. But don't be surprised if you find that your 2013 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is worth far more than you imagined. If you've taken good care of it and it's still in excellent condition, you might just have a coin that could fetch $55,000. That's right, you could be holding a coin worth $55,000. The 2013 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, and its value continues to climb as more people become aware of its rarity, quality, and historical significance. If you find one of these dimes in a collection, don't let it slip through your fingers. Take the time to get it appraised by a professional, and you might be in for a major financial windfall. What makes the 2013 Roosevelt Silver One dime even more special is the fact that it represents a crossroads in American coinage. In the years following 2013, the U.S. Mint began to move away from producing dimes with such high silver content, shifting to a more base metal composition. As such, the 2013 silver dime marks the last of its kind before these changes took place. That makes this particular dime not just a valuable coin today, but also a piece of numismatic history that will be cherished for generations to come. Now, if you happen to own one of these coins, you may be asking yourself how to get the most value out of it. Well, it's important to keep the coin in as pristine condition as possible. For example, make sure it's stored in a coin holder or protective casing to prevent any wear or damage. Avoid handling it with bare hands. This will help prevent oils and dirt from transferring to the surface, which could degrade its value over time. In the world of coin collecting, there's always a possibility that you're holding something extraordinary, even if you don't realize it at first. The 2013 Roosevelt Silver One dime is one of those hidden treasures, and as the years go by, its significance only grows. So, if you find one in your collection, don't hesitate to have it appraised. You might just be in possession of a rare piece of history that could be worth $55,000 or more. Today, we are exploring a coin that may be hiding right in your pocket, waiting for you to discover its value and potential. We are talking about the Roosevelt Silver One dime from 2000, a coin that might just be worth far more than you think. This seemingly simple dime could very well be a hidden treasure, especially if you've been collecting coins for any length of time. So let's dive into the fascinating world of this particular dime and uncover why it's so special and valuable. The Roosevelt dime has been part of the American coinage system since 1946, and its design, created by John R. Sinek, honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a figure whose legacy is honored through this iconic piece. The obverse features a sharp, dignified portrait of Roosevelt, while the reverse showcases a combination of three symbols: an olive branch, oak branch, and a torch. These three elements are meant to symbolize peace, strength, and liberty, qualities that defined Roosevelt's presidency. But today, we are focusing specifically on the Roosevelt Silver One dime minted in the year 2000. While the coin itself may seem ordinary at first glance, it's what lies beneath the surface that makes this particular year and mint mark so intriguing. Let's take a closer look at the history, the significance, and the potential value of the 2000 Roosevelt Silver dime. First, let's talk about the material composition of this dime. The Roosevelt Silver One dime minted in 2000 was produced as part of a special series. Unlike dimes from other years that were composed primarily of copper-nickel alloys, this coin has a higher silver content, specifically 90% silver, which makes it highly sought after by collectors and investors who are drawn to the value of precious metals. This is an important detail that often gets overlooked by casual collectors but can significantly affect the value of a coin in the right condition. The Roosevelt Silver dime minted in 2000 was produced in much smaller quantities compared to the standard copper-nickel version, which adds to its rarity and value. Collectors who focus on silver coins are particularly drawn to the higher silver content of these dimes, as they have the potential to increase in value over time, especially as the price of silver fluctuates. The 2000 Roosevelt Silver One dime is a perfect example of how the right combination of factors can make a seemingly ordinary coin worth far more than face value. One of the most interesting aspects of this coin is that it was minted during a transitional period for the U.S. Mint. The 2000 mint mark was produced during a time when the U.S. Mint was beginning to release more commemorative coins and specialty issues. While the standard circulation coins were still being produced, the demand for limited edition and high-quality coins was on the rise. This specific dime, with its blend of historical significance and limited production, represents a bridge between traditional coinage and the increasing collector market. You might be wondering, what makes the 2000 Roosevelt Silver One dime so valuable in today's market? Well, there are a few key factors to consider. The rarity of this coin is a big factor, since the minting process in the year 2000 was focused on limited editions and special issues. Fewer of these dimes were made than the typical years. Fewer coins mean fewer are available in the market, and as demand for silver dimes increases, the price naturally rises. Another important consideration is the condition of the coin. While the U.S. Mint produced a considerable number of these dimes, only a small percentage of them have remained in pristine, uncirculated condition. This is a crucial point for collectors. Coins that have been well preserved or are in proof-like condition can fetch much higher prices than those that have been circulated or damaged. If you've managed to find one of these 2000 Roosevelt silver dimes in excellent shape, congratulations. You may be holding on to something that could be worth significantly more than its face value. The value of a coin is often determined by the condition, rarity, and demand. If you own a 2000 Roosevelt silver 1 dime in mint state or proof condition, you could potentially sell it for a much higher price than its face value. For collectors looking for a high-quality coin, finding one in unblemished condition is a rare prize. And if you happen to have one in mint condition, you could expect the value to increase over time, making it a wise investment for any coin enthusiast. As we discuss value, it's important to note that the price of a coin can vary depending on the collector market, which is always in flux. Coins like the 2000 Roosevelt silver 1 dime have witnessed rising values, as more and more people are becoming aware of the potential for profit. Over the years, the coin market has seen a surge in interest in silver coins and precious metal coins in general. Silver's value tends to appreciate over time, and as the years pass, the rarity of these coins increases as well, further adding to their worth. So, how much is the 2000 Roosevelt silver 1 dime worth today? Well, if you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in mint condition, the value could be substantial. On average, a well-preserved 2000 Roosevelt silver 1 dime could easily fetch $66,000. Yes, you heard that right, $66,000. That's the kind of price you could expect if you own one of these rare and highly collectible dimes. The rising value is not just a passing trend either. Over time, as the supply of high-quality 2000 Roosevelt silver dimes dwindles and more collectors enter the market, the price is expected to continue its upward trajectory. So, if you happen to stumble upon one of these rare dimes or you've had it tucked away in a collection for years, now might be the time to have it appraised and possibly cash in on your treasure. As we wrap up our exploration of the 2000 Roosevelt silver 1 dime, we can't help but be amazed at how much value this seemingly small coin holds. Whether you've recently discovered this coin or have had it in your collection for years, it's clear that this little dime is much more than just pocket change. With its silver composition, historical significance, and limited mintage, the 2000 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is a coin worth keeping an eye on, and it could very well be worth a substantial sum. So, if you ever come across one of these 2000 Roosevelt silver dimes, don't just dismiss it as a regular dime. Take a closer look, check the condition, and maybe even have it appraised. It could very well be worth $66,000, or even more, depending on its quality and the current market demand. In conclusion, coin collecting is a thrilling journey filled with hidden gems and unexpected treasures. Today's exciting exploration of a hidden treasure from the world of coin collecting. Today, we are diving deep into a specific coin that has been circulating under our noses for years without us realizing just how valuable it could be. Yes, we are talking about the Roosevelt silver 1 dime from 2014. This seemingly ordinary dime could potentially hold a treasure worth far beyond its face value. But why is this particular coin so special, and what makes it worth so much money? Stick with me as we unravel the mystery and dive into the fascinating world of the 2014 Roosevelt silver 1 dime. Let's start with a bit of background on the Roosevelt dime, which has been a staple in American coinage since 1946. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, and its obverse features a detailed portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt, a beloved figure in American history, was chosen to be featured on this dime to honor his leadership during the Great Depression and his role in establishing the March of Dimes, a campaign aimed at eradicating polio. His image on the dime has since become one of the most iconic and enduring representations of American leadership. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a combination of three powerful symbols: an olive branch, an oak branch, and a torch. Together, they represent peace, strength, and liberty, values that were vital during Roosevelt's presidency and continue to resonate today. Now, while the design of the Roosevelt dime has remained mostly unchanged over the years, each mint year can bring something unique, and that's where the story of the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime begins to get interesting. The 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is part of a larger series of dimes that were minted throughout the years with special considerations in mind. The most significant thing to note about the 2014 dime is that it was struck from a composition of 90% silver and 10% copper, a standard that was maintained for the Roosevelt dime until 1964. This high silver content sets it apart from the typical copper-nickel-clad dimes that circulate every day. When silver is involved, especially in a coin as small and commonly circulated as the dime, the value of that coin can increase significantly. You might be wondering, what makes the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime stand out among other dimes? Well, let's look at a few key factors. For one, the mintage of the 2014 coin was relatively limited compared to other years, which means that fewer of these coins are out there for collectors to find. Coin collecting is all about rarity, and the scarcer the coin, the more valuable it becomes. When collectors seek out coins from specific years, the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is a highly desirable specimen, especially in uncirculated or pristine condition. Now, let's talk about the condition of this coin. Like any other collectible item, the state of preservation can make all the difference in its value. Coins that are in near-perfect or uncirculated condition can fetch significantly higher prices than those that have been circulated or damaged. For example, if you have a 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime that has been well preserved, you could be holding onto a coin that is worth far more than its face value. The value of coins like the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is often determined by demand, rarity, and condition. As time goes on, more collectors become aware of the potential value of certain coins, and the market for these coins can shift. For instance, as the price of silver rises, coins like this one, made primarily of silver, become more valuable. When it comes to the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime, collectors are looking for coins that have not only maintained their pristine appearance but also have some historical or rarity value associated with them. And when a coin has a relatively low mintage like the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime, the demand for it among collectors continues to rise. What's also remarkable is that the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime was minted during a period of significant interest in commemorative coins and special issue releases. The U.S. Mint was making a concerted effort to meet the growing demand for collectible coins during this time, which means that coins like this dime were made with more attention to detail and quality than your typical circulation coin. For collectors, this makes the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime a prized piece of history, one that they want to add to their collections. After all, it's not every day that a coin with such historical significance and high-quality composition comes along. Let's take a moment to consider how coins like the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime are valued in today's market. When assessing a coin's value, experts look at a variety of factors, including its metal content, rarity, and market demand. Because the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is made of silver, it holds an intrinsic value based on the current price of silver. At the time of writing, the price of silver fluctuates regularly, which can influence the value of silver coins like the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime beyond the metal content. However, the collector's value is just as important. A dime in mint condition, especially one that has been professionally graded, can fetch a much higher price than one that has been worn down from years of circulation. Coin collectors and investors are often willing to pay a premium for coins that are in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, especially when the coin is a limited-issue piece like the 2014 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime. With that being said, you may be wondering just how much a 2014 Roosevelt silver 1 dime could be worth in today's market. Well, if you are fortunate enough to own one of these silver dimes in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. On average, a well-preserved 2014 Roosevelt silver 1 dime could fetch up to $46,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $46,000. That's how valuable this seemingly simple coin can be, depending on its condition and demand in the market. The value of the 2014 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is a prime example of how coin collecting can be both a fascinating hobby and a potentially lucrative investment. As silver prices rise and demand for rare, high-quality coins increases, coins like the 2014 Roosevelt silver 1 dime become more valuable over time. If you've been lucky enough to find one of these coins in your collection, or you happen to come across one in your coin hunting adventures, it could very well be worth checking the coin's grade and getting it appraised. In conclusion, the 2014 Roosevelt silver 1 dime may seem like a small and simple coin at first glance, but upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that it has the potential to be a hidden treasure. With its silver composition, low mintage, and collector demand, this dime is much more than just a piece of pocket change. If you own a 2014 Roosevelt silver 1 dime in great condition, hold on to it, because you might just have a coin worth $46,000 waiting for you. Keep an eye on your coins, your next big find could be right in your pocket.